body bags where horror lies.
Hello and welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I'm your Sunday night reviewer. And this evening I decided to jump back into the world of the 2020 horror movie. And something that's a little Christmassy themed with snow and things like that. But I've gone with The Wolf of Snow Hill. So, this is quite an interesting film. It's directed by Jim Cummings. He looks almost identical to, can't remember the actor's name, but he's in Dawn of the Dead, the Schneider remake. He's Phil Dunphy in A Modern Family. This guy looks just like him, he even has some same mannerisms. But it's Jim Cummings. He directed and he stars as he's the main role in this film. So he's basically, in a nutshell, he's an alcoholic deputy sheriff in this small town where there's murders happening. In a nutshell, that's our film. Yeah, this one is really strange. I'm not going to go too much into this film because I don't really want to give kind of it all away. It's I didn't really know much about this film going into it, and maybe that's kind of the best. And I don't mean huge twists and turns, but just the journey that it takes you on. I must admit, I wasn't so keen on it when it started. There's what seems oddly placed humour in this one, but the humour, not even oddly placed, it's just quite odd. But as the film goes on, you learn our characters. It's the kind of whole quirkiness and how the film is built. It fits, and it gets smoother as the movie goes on. You accept it more. And by the end of it, it all clicks in really well. Really well, it clicks in. Kind of something I want to talk about a little bit with this film is kind of the emotional level that is brought to this. So, as I said, Jim Cummings is our deputy sheriff. The sheriff of the town is the kind of should have retired but still hasn't, it's still hanging on, is Robert Forster. So this is his last or second to last movie that he did before he passed. The late Robert Forster. So, as we all know, great actor. And you can see he's really sick in this movie. And it's no hiding this. They write it so he's sick in the film as well. And apologies for not 100% knowing this. I think he had something like brain cancer, or I don't know the exact kind of what illness he had that he passed from, but it's very well known in life for what he had. And so he has the sickness in this film, and it's played with such that there's this level of emotion between this movie that I kind of didn't get to start with. Not that I didn't get, but I didn't kind of appreciate kind of what this level of emotion was built on. As we know what happens with many films, they can be made and it kind of can be a couple of years later that they come out. But it's apparent that this one came out like pretty soon because of when Robert Forster passed and when this was done. Like how it was kind of all put together. There's a few spoilers here. He does pass in the film, but I think how it's written and how it is, that not that he was not written out of the film at all. It's that he was very sick, and how they filmed him in the film was kind of perfectly balanced to how maybe things were in life, kind of how sick he was, getting sicker. And the kind of the level of surprise that I had was with, like I said, the emotional connects, because so Jim Cummings, his father is the sheriff. He's knows that he's sick. He's living under the pressure of him being deputy to such a great sheriff. His marriage is broken down, and he's an alcoholic. And he's trying to deal with all of these things and these murders that are going on. And like I said, Robert Foster, he passes in the film, so he loses his dad in the film. There's not any big on-screen thing that you see, but the emotional level that this carries to our character, and you kind of realise, because I didn't know watching this, that Jim Cummings, the actor, was Jim Cummings, the guy that directed it. I just didn't look at who directed the film when I watched it. And obviously you have this closeness with your actors when you're making something. Like, there's many, many hours you spend together building these projects, and you build up this rapport, this friendship, this closeness. And so they built up this friendship and closeness. And I think it's either that he passed before this film was done, or he was really sick before this was done. And it's kind of like that emotion that gets carried over, like when his character passes in the film. So he becomes the sheriff, and like I said, he's dealing with all these things as an alcoholic, and the emotion that comes out of this character, it could very well an overspill from real life, what's happening. And I thought it was fantastically acted, this film. It was, like I said, it's like with the humour, it's so quirky to start with, and I was not sure. I was like, I'm not kind of getting this. I'm not digging it so much. And by the end of it, I just fell in love with the level of acting and the rest of the support cast in this film, and where the film goes, like how it's crafted together. It's such a good movie. I realised that I need to actually up the score that I gave this, because I've put everything on Letterboxd. I think I put this 4 stars out of 5, and yeah, this needs to be higher. This is in my top 10 of the year, and the more you reflect on this, and it's kind of like the level of, it's just authentic, real life spilling into the screen. I think with the emotions that are coming onto screen. It's just fantastic. Oh, sorry. This is because I'm in my car right now. Sorry about that. Yeah. I did not talk about this film so much, but I want to leave it very open. I just wanted to talk about it. It's really good. It's really good. This is a year of kind of, it's a possibility to be quite a scope on maybe people's top 10 lists. I think this is one that's going to be popping up quite a lot on people's lists. It's popping up on my list, definitely. I think such a well-crafted film. You kind of get through the start and get all the way to the end, and you're like, damn, you really appreciate the start a lot more, and like how this is built. And fantastic film, great film. I'm kind of glad that I didn't really give anything away. I was kind of super light on the story. So The Wolf of Snow Hill, werewolf movie with cops. There we go. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this rather vague movie, but highly recommend this vague review of the movie, but I highly recommend this movie. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next week, and it'll be Christmas after then. My review comes on Sunday, so I hope you guys have a really great Christmas. It's been a very tough year for everyone, and I hope you're all battling through it. Okay, catch you guys next week. Bye bye.